sun's energy to be used to clean water. I used a white plastic basin, plastic wrap, sea salt, a small stone, tap water, and a collecting jar. This topic appealed to me because our projects had to be environmentally friendly. I also thought it would be a fun experiment to do. After choosing the topic, I began my work. I used the internet to help me with my search to find the answer to the question, can the sun's energy be used to clean water? 24 to 25 ounces of tap water, a white 3-quart plastic basin, 3 teaspoons of salt, plastic wrap, a small stone, and a collecting jar were used during this experiment. Once I organized my materials, I began the experiment. After putting salted water and the collecting jar into the basin, I covered it with plastic wrap and secured the edges with a headband and put the small stone in the middle of the plastic wrap, just above the collecting jar. I placed it on the west side of my front lawn because it gets the most sunlight. I placed it there from 10:35 a.m. to 6:15 p.m. Observations and data. I left it in the sun, and after about 20 to 30 minutes, I observed condensation on the plastic. The rock caused water to drip into the collecting jar. I checked a few hours later, and the water in the collecting jar was not salty. I collected 5 teaspoons of purified water. You may want to try glass or a dark color bowl because dark colors attract heat better than lighter colors. The answer to my question, can the sun's energy be used to clean water, is yes. When I completed my science fair experiment, the water in the collecting jar was not salty. I believe this to be true because when water evaporates, it leaves any substances incorporated within it behind. When the water in the basin evaporated, it left the salt behind, so when the condensed water dripped into the collecting jar, it was not salty.
Steps of how I grew my sweet potato. Step 1, I chose my sweet potato that had sprouts. I chose the potato that had a lot of bumps, and then it was about to sprout. Step 2, I stuck 4 toothpicks into the sweet potato and I made sure the toothpicks were placed at equal distance around the sweet potato. And then step 3, I filled my cup with a quart of warm water and put my sweet potato into it. As I said, because right now it's still half a cup. The toothpicks held my sweet potato so that one end of the sweet potato is in water and the other end is above the jar. Step 4, I placed my cup in a sunny spot, but made sure not to put it directly into the sunlight. I made sure my sweet potato got about 4 hours of sunlight every day. Step 5, I have been growing my sweet potato for a couple of weeks now. I have enjoyed watching it sprout in 5 days. From 5 days, it has grown to long slime vines in just a couple of weeks. I enjoyed my experience in growing my sweet potato. It was nice to see something that I made with my own hands sprout up into a beautiful and healthy plant. And well, what I think, it might be like maybe a ruler and a half, or ruler and a half. Yeah.
1 foot.
It's halfway.
24 inches.
Yeah. Take a video to present to my project.
As you can see, Miss Craig is trying not to look at the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Trying not to look at the camera. And she's laughing at everything that she sees. Stop. Quit playing, Desmond. Shh.
Copper dietary fiber, vitamin D, phosphorus, and iron. sweet potatoes to accompany the word yam and food products, but there are distinct differences in two sweet potatoes. Skin is smooth and ranged in colors from pale yellow to dark purple to bright orange, while yam skin are scaly and rough and range in color from off white to dark brown. So actually saying that there